Hello everybody, it is B Sweet doing a iRacing multiplayer video. Of course, pretty much all of it is multiplayer. We are at Charlotte in the iRacing Carb Cup series, and you might be as shocked as I am, but I am starting second, which automatically means that this is going to be terrible. I had half a lap of practice, but as soon as I exited the pits, somebody who was already going around the track came and slammed the inside wall right in front of me. And then as I made my way down the backstretch, because I kept on going, somebody ran straight up into the back of me. So we're off to a great start.
In second gear, you got a feather, you can't just slow down on it, it'll come around.
Or you could just be safe and start in third. But I had half a lap of practice after having not been at Charlotte in a couple of weeks now. Today's just Monday. I figured it would have still been Talladega, but I guess they went ahead and switched already. Sometimes they switch on Mondays. I always thought it was Tuesday. Anyway, making our way out of turn 2 to complete the one and only pace lap. Still worried about the start. This is either going to be... I'm definitely guaranteed. Definitely guaranteed is a little bit redundant. But I'm guaranteed to pretty much finish behind where I started, so not first or second, as long as I don't crash, maybe 5th after the people who rage quit leave. We're gonna have to see if the leader decides to go before green or on green.
Alright, they're watching for the checkup, it's coming.
Alright, so he wanted to go before the green. Oh my gosh, it would freeze at the worst moment. Fortunately, everybody else around me was having some issues too, except for a couple of people who were able to avoid me, so that's good. Man, that was terrible. I mean, if iRacing really wanted to freeze, it should have waited until the backstretch when you don't really have to do much, instead of on the start. I mean, within 1 second of me gassing it is when it froze, which is just extraordinary. This guy went into the turn a bit too hard and drifted up and slowed down, so I was able to pass him again. So that would be for 4th position. Again, I haven't been in this, or at this track in quite a while. He's catching up to me very quickly, so I'll just let him by again. Whoa! Don't correct yourself. Oh my gosh! Not a bad save, if I do say so myself. That was close. I almost got by. I should have gone a little bit higher in the turn, but I was already committed to going down low like that. But good recovery. No damage, I don't think. So we can go ahead and keep going. The 55's paint scheme looks a little bit odd, as if it was thrown together in 2 minutes with paint. I still have to try and make my own sometime. I'm just using the plain old black and white ones for all of my iRacing cars. Oh, more trouble up here. I'm going to slow down for this one. Looks like I can get by, so I'll speed up a bit. Looks like the 6 was involved in that one yet again. He might be getting into the turns a bit too hard or something. I think I might be in 5th place after all of that. Sixth place, okay. Close enough. Not a bad guess, I don't think. I think what I did the last time I was in Charlotte was I tried to guess what my lap times might be before I crossed the line. I do that towards the latter part of this race. I think I might be able to get by the 55. I don't like trying to pass people on the front stretch because it's pretty slippery when it's perfectly flat like this. I should definitely be able to get by this guy as long as I play it safe.
Wow, good job, dude. Yeah, how hard did you do that?
Hope he got loose a little bit, drifted back up onto the track. Looks like he's sliding. Oh, wow. If I didn't go low like that, I think he really would have gotten into me. So I guess that was good crash avoidance, maybe. Pretty happy with myself so far. But I was able to get by him cleanly, I think. Not sure if there was any contact. I'm pretty sure there wasn't. But I'm up to third. Only one spot behind where I started. And the 55 just lost control coming out of turn 2 and slammed the inside wall. Fairly eventful so far, but I think things are going to calm down just a little bit. And then within the next 3 to 4 laps, my tires should all of a sudden turn into junk. Which means my lap times will probably fall off by, or increase by about a second to a second and a half. Although this might be my fastest lap. It's pretty decent so far. I think the last lap time thing in the lower right was flashing, which means it should have been my fastest lap. This one might be a tad bit slower, so I think maybe a 29.3 for this lap. Let's see what we have. Nope, that is a 28.951, which was just a tad bit faster than my previous lap. So the fastest lap is now 28.951. I am pulling away from the 4th place car. He was about 5.5 seconds behind me the last time I looked. He is now 6.2. So that lap time was a little bit slower at 29.2 seconds. And we have a crash right there. The number 6 car yet again. I think this lap will be in the high 28s. It's feeling pretty good. 28.822, that's the new fastest time. It's always nice when you can get better lap times as the race goes on. Hopefully I can cleanly get around these two, otherwise this lap is going to be a little bit slower. Just a little bit worried. It's going incredibly slow. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm gonna definitely let him get ahead for a little while. I'll try and pass him coming out of turn 2 eventually, so I can get him down the back stretch. Looks like it might be now. I'm just always afraid of somebody, well I guess on, oh wow, the purple car didn't see him at all. Ran right into him. I'm just always worried about somebody passing me on the outside or the inside, and they get loose a little bit and try to overcorrect it or something and go into me instead. Still 5 seconds ahead of the 4th place car. As long as nothing major happens to me, I think I'll stay in 3rd place. Alright, so the 2nd place car, it looks like, is about... well, it said 7 seconds, but it was coming down fairly quickly. There is the purple car who decided not to get a tow around the track back to pit road. Hopefully the 55 holds on to it. Hopefully I can get by him going into turn 3 without him running into me. Yep, everything worked out. Lap time shouldn't be too bad either. .28.941. My tires definitely aren't falling off nearly as much as they used to about halfway through a Charlotte 25 lap race. So they definitely must have changed something. Because I can still fully floor the gas pedal midway through the turn. Whereas before, I would have to lightly get back into the throttle. Or else I'll get really loose and lose control and get mad and rage quit. That's usually the order of how things go. So it is kind of nice to see that the tires aren't falling off as fast as they used to. And we have another lapped car to try and get around. The 2nd place car is 4.5 seconds ahead of me. It's not too far ahead at all. Oh my gosh. I think he's still there. Yeah, he's still hanging on. That was kind of cool. It's very hard to find people who can do that. Both people have to be willing to cooperate. He got really close to the wall coming out of turn 4. Now he's got somebody right behind him. I think the 2nd place car must have had some issues with some lap traffic, which is why I've been able to close the gap a bit. Let's see, I think this lap will be 29.4. 29.1, even better. So 2nd place is 5.4 seconds ahead, 5.5. Final lap has now begun. Looks like there are some issues up here on the inside with the 20 car. And usually in my rearview mirror I would see my tires smoking a little bit as I go through the turns, but that hasn't happened at all, I don't think, so far. So they've definitely changed quite a few things with the handling of this car.
Good win, William.
So that was a pretty interesting race, I thought. Had some decent side-by-side racing going through the turns, even though I think it was all with lapped cars. I do have some damage to my rear end. Front looks alright. I'd like to go and see some of those saves real quick. I was pretty happy with those. Although as long as you get into the apron there, you should be able to try and easily save yourself. Far chase for now. This is when the game decided to freeze as soon as I got into the gas. Oops. Fortunately, everybody else was paying attention and got by without any issues. I should go to the rear view to see all the mess that probably happened back there. And looks like everybody actually got going. Which of all the races I've done at Charlotte so far has to be a first. Oh, no, there goes the blue car down on the inside. Back up the track into the wall. Looks like he stayed high so everybody was able to get by him. Now here we have this small battle with the 6 car who eventually crashed out. I like his paint scheme. It's really simple. The top part of the car is completely flat, one color, which is nice. So I let him go by me on the inside while I try to do the crossover and get by on his inside. There's a crash down the backstretch. I wasn't doing too well. This is what, lap number 2. He was able to get by me coming out of turn 4, so I let him by me on the inside. Then he came up in front of me a bit too quickly and started losing control. Yeah, I was already committed to the inside, so I kind of went down a little bit. He barely nicked my left rear a bit, but I was able to save it thanks to the apron. There goes the 6 up there. And let's continue. I think the 6 eventually had some more issues of his own right there, just past him. I'd like to see the next save that I had. It was with the 55. There it is. So as he was getting into turn 1, he just kind of got loose a little bit, hit the apron, went back up, got loose again, came down into me. I saw it, tried to go down below, barely missed him. So that was nice, and now I would like to go and see the little side-by-side action that I had with the... It wasn't the 55, it was somebody... Oh, it definitely wasn't the purple car. I think it was after I got by the 55. Yeah, there's the white car. Let's see how that went real quick. Didn't last too long, but it was kind of nice how everybody gave each other plenty of room. So I was obviously on the inside here. He got into me just a little bit, so I drifted up the track coming out of turn 4. Gave him plenty of room down the front stretch. Here we are going into turns 1 and 2. He's right on the white line on the inside, and from then on out I was able to get by him. So that is it with this iRacing video. Not sure when I'll do another one of these, but that is it.